In 2006-2007, the organization stepped it up when, under the Minister of Finance, now Premier, the Honorable Paula Cox, JPMP, 3 socioeconomic initiatives were added to its objectives, along with its existing services. These were the establishment of an economic and empowerment zone in North Hamilton, the founding of free vendor market sites, and 3, the design and implementation of a small business construction incubator. The change of name from BSBDC to BEDC is due to the expansion of the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation's service offerings, which includes the establishment, management, and support of Economic Empowerment Zone and the provision of technical advice and financial assistance for small but medium-sized businesses, the provision of financial grants and loans to businesses within the Economic Empowerment Zone, along with the off-site responsibilities for the establishment of outside vendor markets. Today is another hallmark moment in the government's support for the success of Bermuda's local commercial enterprises. The BEDC's legislation was officially amended, thus enhancing the corporation's remit and effectively changing the name on the 4th of August 2011. The new legislation allows the corporation to perform the following functions: the granting of loans or other forms of financial assistance to assist persons in establishing, carrying on, or expanding small businesses, medium-sized businesses and entities within Economic Empowerment Zone, the provision of technical advice or assistance to persons who are seeking or who are granted financial assistance, to operate and manage markets, to oversee and manage the development and implementation of the Economic Empowerment Zones, and lastly, the maintenance of a register of small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and Economic and Empowerment Zone business entities. The BEDC will continue to operate in its current structure under its board, led by Mr. Anthony Foster and ably managed by General Manager Ms. Michelle Caldoun. Recently, I was gratified to see the level of entrepreneurial spirit demonstrated by existing business owners and newly introduced business owners in the Northeast Hamilton EEZ and the city of Hamilton proper, despite the challenging retail environment. Without question, government is serious about encouraging a viable and successful business environment in Bermuda, and as the minister responsible for economy, trade, and industry, I will continue to ensure that entrepreneurial economic empowerment is made an imperative by continuing to put the people first and continuing to create sound, progressive policy and support for the success and prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, I would be remiss if I did not mention the BEDC's work over the past year in creating Small Works program in partnership with the Ministry of Public Works and the Department of Labor and Training to promote Phase 2 of the BEDC's Small Business Construction Incubator program. The aim is to assist those business owners who have completed the program with opportunities to use the knowledge, skills, and tools that were delivered during the program on projects supplied by the Ministry of Public Works. The government recognizes the competency is translation of knowledge into action. To this end, the Ministry of Public Works and the BEDC have collaborated to develop a memorandum of understanding that facilitates the true synergy between the organizations in the creation of the Hands Up Empowerment Initiative. The initiative focuses on the skills and competencies that small contractors and small subcontractors must possess and be able to demonstrate during their execution of their projects. In October of 2010, we celebrated the successful completion of the first project under the Hands Up Empowerment Initiative, the renovation of the Seasong property. Utilizing the same tendering initiative, the renovation of the Seasong property, the BEDC managed a small jobs works program from September through December of this past year, which culminated in 20 persons from the unemployed register being hired to complete a number of small jobs on government properties on time and on budget. I'll be speaking more about this project in the very near future. In the last several months, the BEDC increased its staff numbers to accommodate the recent establishment of EEZs in Somerset and St. George. In the near future, we'll be recruiting a director to establish a medium-sized business unit who will provide services tailored to the needs of medium-sized businesses, which has now been identified as Bermudian-owned and owner-operated business enterprise with at least 3 of the following attributes, and they are: gross annual revenues between $1 million and $5 million, annual payroll between $250,000 and $2.5 million, a minimum of 11 employees and a maximum of 50, in operation for a minimum of 10 years, and net assets of less than $2.5 million. With the anticipated growth in services and personnel, BEDC took the timely opportunity to get larger premises at this Sophia House location and has recently moved up from the ground floor to these lovely and already well-utilized premises on the first floor. Makes me think of that old show, Moving On Up. The space includes a separate training room, boardroom, and conference room. In addition, we also have the additional office space needed to house the director of the medium-sized business unit once that position has been filled. The goal of the corporation has been and shall continue to be to assist the development of a strong, well-managed, and prosperous local business sector in Bermuda by providing existing and potential business owners with a broad range of business advice and financial assistance. Under the amended legislation, the team at BEDC looks forward to continuing to fulfill its mandate and providing Bermudians with opportunities for realizing their entrepreneurial dreams. The Bermuda Economic Development Corporation has achieved great success and remains focused on its dedication to the small business community in Bermuda. Independent research shows that awareness and the use of organization services has significantly increased the corporation's core values of professional, knowledgeable, accountable, supportive, progressive, and nurturing. Our examples are exemplified by the team members. Many entrepreneurs who come through the doors receive valuable assistance, guidance, and support during consultation, which makes a difference in starting and successfully running a small. By utilizing BEDC services, clients have been given the opportunity to participate in Bermuda's commercial marketplace. It is vital that the BEDC, under its expanded remit and in this new location, continue to provide the necessary support in order to foster economic stability and growth in Bermuda's local commercial sector. Thank you.
Minister, now that you have your expanded facility, what sort of demand do you anticipate being placed on you?
Well, you'll be aware that they have expanded the zone to now include Somerset and St. George, but this is the hub for the synergies of having those locations working effectively. So I would expect to see many people coming in through these offices. There are now opportunities. I had a meeting this morning with a local institution, and there is an interest from the private sector in availing themselves to assisting this office and the importance of this office to the broader segments of Bermuda, and specifically the Northeast Empowerment Zone and those other zones that have recently been incorporated.
And are your people prepared to cope with the demand?
Very much so. Having mentioned in this statement that there has been the allowance made for a new position as a director, I think that is a preparation in and of itself for the new business that we see coming in. Appreciating the climate, the financial challenges in this particular climate, people always say this is the best time for entrepreneurs to branch out. So I would imagine, as has been seen, that we will see this office being even greater use than it has been in the past several years.
Madam Minister, with so many businesses, shall we say, closed in Hamilton itself, has the Corporation of Hamilton approached small business incubator to expand the economic empowerment center to mainstream Hamilton?
I would like to ask the general manager or Erica if they might want to.
The director of the EEZA.
Yeah, she would like to add to that.
Well, we're currently undergoing research and survey of the extension of Northeast Hamilton. It will incorporate some areas in the city of Hamilton, but we're also going to be focusing on the greater Pembroke area surrounding Northeast Hamilton. And we work in collaboration with the city of Hamilton. So a recent program we just had was the late night shopping, and I sit on a number of their committees, so we're in constant discussions.
Traditionally, this is a very slow time of year between New Year's and, say, April 1. Are there any programs afoot to stimulate purchasing, stimulate spending?
Well, you would have known that we launched in December our Easy Shopping, Dine, and Living promotion, and essentially consumers who purchased during December 12th to the 31st would have been able to redeem some discount coupon during January 1st through to February 29th. So we see that as one program in order to stimulate people to continue to spend. And of course, we're in discussions with other companies and organizations to create other programs.
With the sad state of affairs in the town of St. George's, and I see now you're expanding the zone there, how has response been?
Response has been quite well. We have actually opened up a temporary office within the Corporation of St. George's office in order to be readily accessible to the businesses and entrepreneurs that are in the East End. We have also hired an economic development officer to service that area, Mr. Corey Butterfield. Response is growing. People are understanding that we're committed to revitalizing the East End of the island, and so we see inquiries and people coming in every day with regard to entrepreneurial ideas and how we as an organization can assist them.